Welcome. Have you been eating good, going to the gym, but you still aren't losing weight? Find out why in today's video. So basically, there's only one reason that you aren't losing weight, and it's because you're not in a calorie deficit. For my friends that don't know what a calorie deficit is and that are new here, I say this in basically every video about weight loss. A calorie deficit is burning more calories than you're taking in, or taking in less calories than you're burning. If you are doing this, you will lose weight. If you are not, you will not lose weight. It's as simple as that. Now, there could be multiple factors that are contributing, that's a tough word to say, to you not being in a calorie deficit, and I'm about to go over those. Number one, you aren't counting liquid calories. Now, I know a lot of people that don't count liquid calories, whether they just don't want to, or they forget about it, whatever. If you're not doing this, this could be a huge downfall for you. If you're not counting liquid calories, you can be taking in a lot more calories than you think without even realizing it.
Goodness gracious, bro. Check out this mustache on the camera. Oh my goodness. Look at the line. Good grief.
For example, take like a can of pop or something. Soda. I call it pop. I'm from Wisconsin. Whoever calls it soda, you're weird, leave. But take a can of pop. A can of pop can range from like 100 to 200 calories, depending on how big, what kind of pop it is. If you're drinking a couple of those a day, man, you can be taking in an extra 400, 600 calories, something like that. And if you do that every day, you're going to put on like a pound of fat that week. So do not forget to count your liquid calories, guys. This includes alcohol. For all you alcoholics out there, alcohol has a lot of calories. It's got a lot of carbs. For every carb, there's 4 calories. Every gram of carb, there's 4 calories. You have to be counting the alcohol too. If you're from Wisconsin like I am, people drink a shit ton of beer here. People can go through like a 30 rack in one night. That is a shit ton of calories. So you have to be counting all of your liquid calories, alcohol, pop, milk, whatever the fuck you drink, count them. Number 2, or should I say number 2? That's 2 in French. Yeah, I can count numbers in French. Forget about it. You aren't counting your condiments, your sauces. You're not counting them. This might actually be more common than not counting liquid calories because nobody thinks about it. Believe it or not, a lot of condiments have a lot of calories. For all my ranch connoisseurs out there, you can add an extra 400, 600, 800 calories to your salad just by putting on a couple tablespoons of freaking ranch, man. That shit's as dense as peanut butter. You gotta be careful. Now, ketchup, it's still pretty dense. Not as dense as ranch, but it still has a lot of calories. And it's only like, if you put like 4 tablespoons on, bro, you can add like 300 calories to your meal. And if you're using sauces for every meal, then it can add up really quick. So you gotta be careful about the sauces. Now you can have sauces like mustard, which hardly have any calories. They have like 5 calories per 2 tablespoons or whatever. Or hot sauce, which has 0 calories, which is what I use a lot. But sauces like ranch, like ketchup, whatever the heck you want to put on, you got to be careful with those. They're dense, bro. They're dense. So,
Do not forget to count your sauces.
number 3, you are eating more than you think of a certain food. Now, if you're one of those health freaks who measure out every gram, every ounce of food, then this probably isn't you. But if you're just one of those dudes that, grabs a food, takes a couple handfuls, and you're like, oh, that's probably like 300, 400 calories, whatever. I'm talking to you, bro. There's a very good chance that you're eating more than you think of a certain food. It can be anything. This can go with sauces and liquids too. You might think you're only putting on this amount of sauce when you're actually putting on this amount. That shit adds up quick, so you gotta be careful. I'm not saying to, buy a scale and measure out your food every time you eat, because I used to do that. That's stupid. I used to do it when I was getting ready for a bodybuilding competition. Like, I would measure shit out to the T, bro. I would scale it up every time I would eat, so I knew exactly how many calories I was getting. But it also sucks, so I don't recommend you do it. But it's very possible that you're eating more than you think of a food, which in turn means you're eating more calories, which in turn means you're not eating the actual calories you think you are, which in turn means you're eating more calories, which in turn means you're eating more calories. Get it? Got it? Good. Number 4, I think. Yeah, number 4. You aren't burning as many calories as you think. Now, if you're a gym rat like I am, and you love to lift weights like I do, you don't burn that many calories lifting weights. I know a lot of you people out there that go to the gym, you're like, oh, I gotta eat a shit ton of food for leg day. I got a big leg day coming up. Bro, if you go extremely hard on leg day, you might burn 400, 500 calories at the very most. And that's an intense, like, multiple hour-long session leg day. But if you're just the average gym guy, you're gonna burn like anywhere from 100 to 300 calories. Most people work out for an hour. Most people don't go hard. Most people aren't intense about it. They'll burn a couple hundred calories, 200, 100, 300, something like that. I said this in a previous video. I could literally walk on the treadmill for an hour and I'd probably burn more calories than I would lifting weights. So your next big leg day, if you do leg day, or if you're cool, you skip it like me. I'm just kidding, I do legs. But your next big leg day, you don't have to eat, a shit ton of food. Just eat normal. Like, you don't burn that many calories, so just chill out. Number 5, you eat more on some days, but you eat less on other days. Now, you might have a day where, you don't get all your meals in, so you're like, oh, I'll eat a little bit more the next day. But the next day rolls around, and you can easily overdo it. I know I've done this in the past, back when I was getting ready for a bodybuilding competition. I've literally done every single one of these things, guys. So take my advice and don't do them, or just be aware of them so you don't have to go through them. So just try to eat the same amount of calories every day. If you end up missing a meal one day, don't feel like you have to make up for it the next day. Just eat normal and you will be good. Also, if you're wondering where I'm filming, I'm in a Walmart parking lot right now. I parked away from everybody so nobody can see me because I feel stupid filming a video, but I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for you. And I got this rinky-dink setup back here because the sun is like shining in my eyes. So I had to put my coat up to like block the sun. Pretty professional. Now you're like, okay, Sawyer, yeah, some of those might be me, but what do I do? I'm glad you asked. I would never list problems without a solution, boys. However, the solution's pretty straightforward. First, you want to know exactly how many calories you need to lose weight, to maintain your weight, to put on muscle, whatever you're trying to do. You can do this by going online. They have a shit ton of calculators that you can type in your weight, your height, your activity level, gender, age, all that good stuff, and that'll give you a rough estimate of how many calories you need. You can also download apps that will do this for you. That's what I used to do when I was getting ready for a bodybuilding competition. Like I said, this will give you a rough estimate of how many calories you need per day, but you're still gonna have to it's like trial and error, so you can find like the exact number. This will give you a rough estimate, not exact. So number 1, make sure you know how many calories you need by using a calculator online. Number 2, or should I say, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just kidding, bro. Go over the calories and portions of what you eat in a day. So that means like if you're having, I don't know, man, like 2 servings of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but you accidentally tip the box a little bit more and you put an extra, like half serving on, that adds up. So make sure you're not doing that. Go over what you eat throughout the day and make sure you're actually eating the amount that you need or that you want to eat. No, that doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna leave this in there though. Just make sure you're getting the portion that you think you are, because it's very likely you're getting too much food that you just don't know about. And number 3, after you've done those 2, you just have to adjust your calories. And like I said, this is going to be trial and error. You'll have to figure it out yourself. I can't tell you. You have to tweak it, check the scale, come back, tweak it a little bit more. If you're not losing weight, tweak it a little bit more, and just find the sweet spot. Good grief, man. I shut my truck off because I didn't want to waste any gas, because gas costs an arm and a leg. But I'm getting cold, man. I'm gonna have to turn this thing on, crank the heat, baby. All right, boys, I hope this helped. If it did, I would love if you would smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, share this with your friends, share this with your girlfriend, or not, I don't care. Anyway, peace out, boys. I love you. Mwah.